It's Week 13 of the NFL, and our focus is on this team's field-stretching tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. The action is only moments away under the lights on Thursday night.
Well, the skies certainly aren't cooperating, Brock, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather as we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Joined, as always, by Brock Heward up in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and tonight, we're going to see the pros battle through a heavy downpour. This could be a contest, Brock, where the team with fewer miscues because of this weather is the team that walks out of here with a win.
Yeah, I'll co-sign on that. I think that's great analysis. This is also a game as a player where you do have to flush the circumstances. You got to be aware of the wetness. You got to be aware of your gloves and your hands, everything else.
Yeah.
But you can't let it just...
Well, we're playing under the lights and some heavy rain here tonight. And we're underway in prime time on Thursday Night Football. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
That's a loss last week, Kate, that he wears. He's worn it all week long, and I know he isn't the only guy out there. There's 11 on the side on every play. But a couple of interceptions, he's going to hold himself accountable. A lot of work's gone into making sure this week's game is an improvement on that.
And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. From the 41. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Punt team on the field. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year signal caller.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to throw now. Dump off caught by his back. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Motioning the tight end now. Hauled in left side. And he'll get it up to the 44.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance. Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Finds him over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The home teams and their running back about to get back to work. And you know who the ball is going to when they reach the red zone. He's currently top 5 across the NFL in rushing scores this season. Play action on first down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
Completed over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. They motion a receiver left. 2nd and 1. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now they have 3rd and short. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Short pass brought in. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 38. He has room past the 25. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown. These guys take a 6-0 lead in the first quarter. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer? Nobody.
That one right down the middle. And his guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Brings in the kick at the 9. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. So here comes this offense for its 2nd series of the game. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing from the gun. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Finds his man over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Hits him on the in route. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 37. Complete over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Throw left side, complete. And he's tackled for a short gain. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys reach pay dirt for the first time this game. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys tie this game 7-7. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. He fields it from the 8. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing the out route complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return with more NFL action right after this. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. They're looking at 3rd and 6 here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that'll give him a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
It is Cup, left side. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And there was no place to go. He blew that run up at the line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Pass play coming here. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Trying to push this past the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They only manage a yard, but that was enough as this drive rolls on. Throwing with a blitz on the way. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6. He's going to throw this one. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. 4th down coming up. Out comes the kick team to attempt this field goal. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And look at this return. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air. So expect some tighter coverage this time around. It's an option right that begins this drive. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. They'll throw it. Caught by his back. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. A give now from the gun. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. From the 43. Complete out to the right side. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete.
You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
2nd and 10 now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. He's dropping back to throw. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, you do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. Now outruns their offense to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10, they're going to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle. Oh, there he was, a step away from making the post-game highlights you see on the news from going viral. Couldn't quite get there. Now they need to punch this one in to convert the interception into points.
It sure wasn't for lack of effort, though, and nobody in this stadium wanted to touch the pay dirt more than that return. He did all he could do.
He did.
Sometimes you're just an agonizing step or two away from that kind of glory.
The offense getting set to go. And this is certainly on a silver platter for him, isn't it, Brock? Just 3 yards from the end zone. They'll try and punch it in. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Running for it again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he gets in. Touchdown. These guys make them pay for turning it over. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on 3rd and goal.
That one right down the middle. And his guys take a 4-point lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The offense headed back to the field. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
Kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one.
It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. And he adds some yards to the pick before they bring him down. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're set up at the 35 now. And I'm pretty sure, Brock, they hadn't even all sat down on that sideline yet to rest. And now they're right back out there with a great chance to repeat their last touchdown.
And you will take that every day of the week and twice on Sundays. You don't mind at all. You got that defense right now reeling after the touchdown. Look at where they start with the football now.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Has him on the quick hitter. Running in the red zone. And he's in. Touchdown! These guys grow their lead just before halftime. Extra point attempt coming up. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys drive their lead to 11. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense ready to get going again now. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up second down. He'll throw it. That one's complete over the middle. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 3rd and 4 coming up now. He's got it over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Prior to first down, they decide to call a timeout. Back now, pressure on its way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing it again here. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. To throw here on 1st down. Finds a man right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing now on 1st down. Dumped off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Throwing from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. They're throwing it. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing from the gun here. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. He's trying to push the field. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And the game stays at 11.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Here comes the final play of our first half. He'll throw it. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That is the halfway point here on Thursday night. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But first, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up later this weekend around the NFL. Some great games still to come. And I think we highlighted one of the better ones right there.
And with no halftime report this week, it seems, we're going to get right back to the field for the start of quarter number 3. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. Blown back gets the handoff. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That's why these coaches get paid, Kate, what they get paid. You got to make adjustments. That's a different look at defense than the one we saw in the first half. And you got to keep fighting, keep scratching, keep clawing, because that effort is going to be key here the rest of the way.
And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The home team's ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And I don't think we can really call these highlights, partner. Shall we just call them replays as we re-examine his performance so far in this one? 3 interceptions mixed in among his work. It's really limited a lot of what he's been able to do out there. They go play action on 1st. Cut out left. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 23. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
Oh, love this. Giving it to the big guy on 3rd and short. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
They'll run here on 1st down. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. From the 47. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the 1st down after a gain of 26.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Has some space inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
He'll always sign off on it when that particular call comes in the headset and the running back gets a chance to hear it. A toss is his chance to get outside quickly and let that athleticism shine as he dances through the defense.
And he drives it forward for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3.
And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. These guys start the 2nd half with some needed points. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
He's throwing for it. And they get the 2-point conversion. Nice catch in the end zone there. They're back within a field goal now. Critical 2-point play there, Brock. The conversion puts them now in range of tying this sucker up with a field goal.
So different for everybody in the building, right? A 3-point game, and especially different for the kicker. He wasn't needed there, but get yourself ready. Your defense does the job. You may need a game-tying field goal at some point soon.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's, as we expected, partner, to call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. To throw it on 1st down. He's got a man left. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's throwing deep to the left side. He's got it deep downfield. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw, when you throw it that deep outside the numbers, that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Stuffed once again, and now suddenly they're left with 3rd and goal. Dropping back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, that's an example right there where you just simply got to be on the same page with each other and get both ends of the play right to execute. They want that one back.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Here in the 3rd quarter, he gets a chance to make up for the miss on his first attempt of the game. This time, well, he is totally dialed in, and he gets this one to count.
Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll throw to begin this drive. Hauled in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be a 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They bring their tight end left. On 1st down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They give it to him again. And they make the stop. We're going to say at about the 37-yard line. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7. Looking to the air here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They'll send out the punting unit. And they could really use a good one here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. That one hits at the 6, but can't check up. It gets into the end zone for a touchback. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's still just a 1-score game as we resume play in the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st. Handoff now out of the gun. Crosses midfield, still going. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Pass play now. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36. He only finds a window for 2, but that's still enough for a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have first down. Back to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll run here from the gun. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They'll throw it on 1st and goal. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
It's a 7-yard gain on 2nd down. Only inches to go now on 3rd. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll make it a 2-score game.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Returning it from the 4. This return makes it up to the 25. Their offense running back out now. And he's been the victim of 3 interceptions already in this game, Brock. Passing lanes kind of reminding me of LA traffic. Pretty hazardous throughout this game.
Yeah, just a mess and nowhere to go. And it's an awful place both on the highway. And trust me, when you're in the pocket looking at this defense, too, it's miserable. Everything's been contested. Everything's been hard. No gimmies. It's a real testament to the work this secondary has done to prepare for this matchup.
It is caught left side. They'll get 18 yards there. And that gives them the first.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. A tight end in motion now. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
First down, and they go right back to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Looking for a throw here. Throw left side, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards, and a successful conversion on 4th.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that, actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. From the 17. Hits him on the out route. And he'll go down here at the 16. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And it pulls him back within 1 score here in the 4th.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Has this at the 6. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he's been reading the coverage, dare I say, Brock, even better than his quarterback has all game. I mean, he just continues to find openings and make plays in this second half. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Handoff now from the gun. And a decent pickup. They're going to have it up at the 43 after that run. A gain of 5, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys up by 6. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Football on that 47-yard line. 1st down. Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Offense to the line for 2nd down. back-to-back carries here. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Here's the one back on the handoff. And we just saw this movie. They stopped him again at the line.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Try and push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So 2nd down coming up. Setting up to pass. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw. He's got time here. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Cut out left. And he's out of bounds well short of that marker. Wow, they never let him get close there. Great effort to force the turnover on downs. And they do not get a desperately needed 1st down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs. No timeouts remaining here, partner, so they can just run out this clock. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. What a game for our winners as we say goodnight, everybody.